What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode. I'm SwipaCam, and welcome to my channel. Y'all, hit that subscribe button, hit the logo. Let's continue to build this community up together. So, I just got done watching the Denver Nuggets playing against the Charlotte Hornets on May 11, 2021, and the Denver Nuggets snuck away with another victory, 117 to 112. And man, the Nuggets defense ain't been pretty the last three games against the Utah Jazz, the Brooklyn Nets, now giving up 112 to the Hornets, but they come with the victory. They leave with the victory. Tonight, man, Michael Porter Jr. in 33 minutes. 35 minutes for Michael Porter Jr. had 30 points. I think this is 8 of his last 9 games with 30 points. 30 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. But check this out, on 12 of 18 shooting. 12 of 18 shooting. That's 66% from the field, y'all. And then 6 of 10 from the three-point line with 2 steals. And he was a game high plus 23 tonight from Michael Porter Jr. So here, let me know in the comment section right away. Would you rather build your franchise? Would you rather build your NBA franchise with Michael Porter Jr. or LaMelo Ball? Michael Porter Jr. or LaMelo Ball. Tonight, LaMelo Ball, 5 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists. Facu Campazzo, Shaq Harrison played good defense. Austin Rivers, they all played good defense on him. All played really good defense on him. So good game over there from the defense and the point guards and the perimeter play. Nikola Jokic, the MVP of the NBA. We're going to talk about him, obviously, as you see in the title of the video. 33 minutes, 30 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists on maybe one of his worst 10 to 12 performances of the year. Wasn't a good game, wasn't a good shooting game. He was only 7 of 16 from the field, 0 of 2 from the three-point line. I think he might even be dropping below 40%. Hadn't shot well from the three-point line. Hopefully he doesn't drop all the way below 40. Y'all, by the way, I'll mention this later. But he was 16 to 17 from the free throw line. 16 of 17. I've never seen it. I don't know if he's ever shot more than that. I think that's actually a career high. 16 to 17 of makes and attempts, career high. And then he was a plus 12 tonight. Austin Rivers, 31 minutes, 9 points, 3 assists, 3 of 8, 2 of 5, 1 of 2, 2 steals, a plus 12. Facu Campazzo tonight, 8 points, all in the fourth quarter. 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 of 9, 2 of 7, 3 steals, and a plus 14. Aaron Gordon, good game from Aaron Gordon. 29 minutes, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 8 of 14 from the field, 1 of 2 from the three-point line. Got a 3-point make from him, got 2 steals, and he was a plus 11. So, anyway, the Denver Nuggets win like they should. They're currently in 4th place in the West. They're a half game behind the Clippers, which, man, they could push for that if they want to play against the Trailblazers, if they want to play against Dallas. So, we'll see. They only got a couple of games left. The Denver Nuggets only have a couple of games left for the rest of the season, so we'll see what happens. We'll see how it ends up shaking out. They play against the Timberwolves, the Pistons, and Trailblazers, and then we're hit, and that's a wrap. But anyway, let's get to the title of the video. Nick Wright. We have to talk about it. We haven't talked about it since it happened, but it needs to be discussed. Nick Wright, last week, on his show, First Things First, came out and said that Nikola Jokic would have been the worst MVP in the last 40 years. He said Nikola Jokic would have been the worst MVP in the NBA in the last 40 years. Now, if you ain't been paying attention, you know what? You might not, because you got better things to do with your morning. But you know me, I have to make sure that I'm up into the latest information on NBA news that's relevant. That way we can bring you an episode. So I had to watch it. I'm watching it. And Nick Wright is putting out this stuff talking about how Jokic would be the worst defender to win the MVP, as if he forgot about James Harden and Steph Curry when they won. That Jokic would have been one of the worst players in NBA history to win the MVP, behind even ahead of somebody obviously like David Cohen and stuff, who was a one-time blunder. But he was basically saying, you look past since 1980, Jokic would not be one of the top players on that list and all-time greats winning the MVP. But here's my thing, y'all. This is what's so frustrating about it. It's like, when did he just peak? Has he reached his career pinnacle at age 25 season? Right now, during his age 25 season, Jokic is putting up 26, 10.9, roughly 11, 8.5 assists on 57% from the field, 60% from twos, 40% from the three-point line, and 80% from the free throw line. Right now, Jokic would be the only player other than LeBron James in the 2012-2013 season to shoot over 20 points per game on 60% from twos and 40% from threes. He would be the only player outside of 2012-2013, arguably LeBron James' best season ever, to ever put up those kind of numbers on that statistical category, ever. But he would be the worst MVP in the last 40 years. It don't make no sense. But here's the thing. We talked about this in a previous video before, why people don't like Jokic's game. Now, I know a lot of people are saying it because he's white. I'm like, y'all, that's really not what it is. Again, Larry Bird, he gets his credit. Luka Doncic, he was the favorite to win MVP by ESPN. It's not that. It's the fact that Jokic plays the way he plays. To regular viewers that don't watch him play, they don't think he's dominating. They think he's finesse and flailing all the time. They don't see how smart he is. His IQ was up there with him and LeBron James, and that's it. You got Kendrick Perkins saying that Chris Paul should win the MVP because Chris Paul took the Phoenix Suns, even though they went 8-0 in the bubble, even though they had a winning record past January of 2020 up to now. Even though all that stuff, Chris Paul deserves to win the MVP, but he's averaging like 16, 5, and 8. Like, what? But everybody's been having this whole year. First, it was Jokic and Embiid, Jokic and LeBron and Embiid. Then it was Jokic and Harden. And then it was Jokic and Steph Curry. And now it's Jokic and Chris Paul. And every time we have this discussion, the same thing is laid against Nikola Jokic, that he can't play defense. Well, guess what? The NBA already answered this. The NBA, before they played the Brooklyn Nets, put out a tweet. And it showed that Nikola Jokic is leading the NBA in forced turnovers this season. He's leading the NBA in total forced turnovers this season, and he's second in the NBA in turnovers created per game. So not only has he played every game this season, not only has he been consistent on offense all season with a historically great offensive season, not only that, but in all the games the Nuggets have played, they are 45-24, and Jokic has played in 69 of 69 games, and he leads the NBA in forced turnovers, and you telling me he can't play defense? Again, if you ain't watching the game, you can think that. If you're not watching Jokic play, you can think that. But here's the thing. Then Nick Wright goes on to defend his point. He gets in the car, does IG Live, and basically says that, look, y'all, talking about the Denver Nuggets, talking about Jokic, that's not going to give you ratings. But here's my problem with that, y'all. So if you telling me that somebody can win an MVP, meaning they're the best player in the NBA that season, that the issue is that they're not marketable enough, well, why are they not marketable enough? Well, because they're not in LA and New York or Boston or Miami. Well, whose fault is that? That's the way the game is being marketed. The fact of the matter is the best players in the NBA right now, Jokic, Embiid, Giannis. You can put LeBron up there, Luka. Jokic plays in Denver. It's not a small city. It's a great city, but it's a small market compared to other NBA teams on the East and West Coast. Milwaukee is not at all a large market. It's a smaller market than Denver. So you telling me that you're not going to put Giannis up there? That's not it, because Giannis, they get plenty of press time. That's because Giannis, again, is dunking on everybody. He's driving to the lane. One dribble past half court is a dunk for Giannis. Blocking shots, aggressive. He's ripped. He's muscular. So, again, the way he plays is more aesthetically pleasing. Whereas Jokic, you got to know basketball. You got to love the game. The fact of the matter is, if you like us and you watch this man play, when he hits a soundboard shuffle, it's one of the prettiest shots I've ever seen in my life. It's right up there. It's right up there with Michael Jordan in the post with the fadeaway jumper. It's right up there with Akeem Olajuwon with the up and unders. It's right up there with Mr. Fundamental with Tim Duncan. It's right up there with Julius Erving, Dr. J coming around the basket. It's right up there with George Iceman Gervin with the finger roll. It's right up there with Magic and his Showtime passes. Jokic is going to end up being an all-time great, and I believe that Jokic can finish his career as a top 25 all-time player, and here's why. Right now, Jokic doesn't even qualify based on career minutes played, but career box plus minus. Michael Jordan is leading all-time career box plus minus. LeBron James is second, career box plus minus. Guess who's third? Guess who's third all time in NBA history? It's Nikola Jokic with a score of 7.9. Way ahead of fourth place. So is Jokic going to be up there with Michael Jordan and LeBron? Probably not. But Jokic won 2 MVPs, wins a championship or 2, puts up from age 25 to age 32, 33, 25, 24 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, 7, 8 assists a game, and you don't think he's going to finish the top 25 player all time, top 20 all time? And again, it's the way people watch basketball, man. That's the thing. Are we talking about basketball or are we talking about the WWE? Are we trying to sell tickets or are we trying to watch the game? If the media, ESPN, Fox, if people went about telling the story right, Nikola Jokic from a war-torn country, born in the war, he was an underdog his entire life. He was overweight. The dude was playing pro basketball even though he couldn't jump when he was a teenager. The dude got MVP of the Adriatic League. The dude was the best player coming out of Serbia. He was doing all these things even though he wasn't athletic. He's a second-round pick, 41st in the NBA draft to a franchise that's been lacking a superstar since Carmelo Anthony departed for the New York Knicks. Jokic not only becomes a starter December 15, 2016 and takes over the NBA. Not only that, he becomes an all-star. Not only an all-star, he becomes a first-team All-NBA during his age 23 season. The dude goes to the playoffs in 33 career playoff games. He's averaging 24.7 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, and 7 assists per game, shooting 40% from 3 and 50% from 2s. And you telling me you can't sell that story? We ain't seen numbers like that in the playoffs since Larry Bird, Larry Legend himself. The Boston Celtics announcer said he is the closest thing to Larry Bird we've seen since the 1980s. Greg Popovich said 2 years ago in the series they played against the Nuggets, he is Larry Bird reincarnate. The NBA people can see it. Kevin Durant, they'll tell you, Jokic is that guy. LeBron James would even tell you his passing, his IQ is off the charts. It's only rival to LeBron James. He'll tell you the truth. You ask NBA cats, go listen to Miles Turner. Listen to his interview we had in the barbershop. Miles Turner went out and said, when they were asked about Jokic and guarding somebody, he said, Jokic isn't overweight. The dude is strong. He might be the most difficult player I have to go up against. NBA players know. Hey, if you know, you know. If you a hooper, you know. You might step on the court and look at Jokic early on, years ago, and say, man, he ain't finna do nothing. But right now, we talked about it. Jokic is at that, what you gonna do about it stage of his career? I'm gonna put you in the post. He's averaging over 1.1 points per possession on either side of the post. He's averaging, when you double team him, 1.4 points per possession, meaning that he's more dangerous when you double him than if you just let him cook. You put him up top of the key, he's gonna dice you up. He's shooting 40% from 3. I mean, his effective field goal percentage is the highest. Like, he's shooting at Kevin Durant levels. Kevin Durant levels from across the floor this year. And again, he's leading the NBA in turnovers. So you can't tell me he don't play defense. But I watch Brandon Marshall. I watch Nick Wright. I watch Kevin Wild. I even watch some people that other folks talk about him. Even when you hear Max Kellerman, when he gives him his due. The other day, ESPN, First Take, they ran this little blurb when, Anthony Davis goes for 40 points. Oh, he's back. Is Anthony Davis the best big man in the league? I'm like, y'all, Anthony Davis ain't never led a team to the playoffs and to the Western Conference Finals before. How could he be the best big man in the league? Anthony Davis wasn't the reason that Jokic struggled against the Lakers last year. Jokic was shooting over 50% against Anthony Davis. It was the fact that they had Dwight Howard, Anthony Davis, JaVale McGee, and LeBron James. And he was getting hacked the whole series. But then on top of that, Jokic is about to win the MVP. How could you be the best big in the league, just somebody that plays in your position, plays big, is winning the MVP on historically great top 10 all-time numbers, but you're still the best big in the league? Don't make no sense. Don't add it up. But again, it goes to show you people are still struggling to give that man his due. Give him his due. Give Joel Embiid his due. The fact that you would even have Embiid over Jokic, that you would have Anthony Davis over Jokic and Embiid, after what they've done this year, Embiid has been astounding 30, 11, and 3. Jokic has been 26, 11, and 8.5. And you telling me, you sitting here telling me that you worried about Anthony Davis? Nah, player. Jokic going to win the MVP. Jokic might finish his career if he wins a couple MVPs, a couple championships, a top 25 all-time player. Let me read you the list of players. Here's a list of MVPs, and this is just on age 25. This is Jokic's age 25 season. Here's my list of MVPs, other MVPs that Jokic is already better than. Steve Nash, Allen Iverson, Karl Malone. As great of the scorer he was never, his peak was never what Jokic is doing. Charles Barkley, MVP, went to one finals, but even again, he wasn't carrying teams to the finals. He wasn't as effective as Jokic is. He's a great player, though, no disrespect. Bob Cousy, Willis Reed, Bob Pettit, David Cowens, Bob McAdoo, Kevin Garnett. I know this is one that's debatable. 2005, Kevin Garnett was a legend, but again, man, you give me this Jokic over Kevin Garnett because Jokic is doing things we've never seen before. Dirk Nowitzki, I love Dirk, love his game, love the way he plays, man. Had a great finals run, really two good finals runs. Again, I understand if you have him in front, but again, what you're getting from him, from Jokic right now, even Dirk was never the defender that Jokic is. Maybe better paint protector, but not with his hands, not deflections and steals. Wesley Unseld, Derrick Rose, and that's my list, man. I mean, you tell me, give me your list of MVPs you think Jokic is already better than. Anyway, y'all, we're going to end the video with that, but we will be back with another episode Thursday when the Denver Nuggets playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then they got the Detroit Pistons, and then they got the Portland Trail Blazers. And you know what? If the Lakers can stay in the 7 seed, 8 seed, maybe they want to move up to 3 and play against Portland. Maybe they want to stay at 4 and play against the Dallas Mavericks. Anyway, y'all, we going to see. This is SwipaCam, Swipe a Gang. Hit the subscribe button, and we out.